Good morning. I hope you all had a good week. It's been a good week for us here at Plant Ahead Money. We launched a campaign through Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn early this week, asking our followers to give us the key reasons of what they're struggling with savings and what are the main money problems. So I wanted to share some of them with you. So because I think they're very recurrent, they're very similar across multiple people, and I think this could be quite relevant across, doesn't matter what region or part of the world you are. So one of the things that came across was lack of financial education. Schools never sort of gave us any financial education. Our parents, some of us were lucky enough to have parents who could sort of give you a little bit more information about finance and how to save and how to invest. So yes, that's a problem. However, I keep keep listening to, yes, financial education. I don't have financial education, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I think these people need to sort of wake up a little bit, because information is out there now. There is amount of YouTube, which is how I believe YouTube is one of like a free university. You can find anything you want, i.e. to understand how to invest, what compound interest is, and savings. There's a lot of experts out there. Loads of books out there that you can read. We're going to open a page in the Plant Ahead Money on the website to guide you some sort of the books, financial links onto YouTube. So then if you really are, if this is one of the main problem, is the first step you need to do is to go into financial education. The other one that was actually quite interesting, it was budgeting. So yes, budgeting it requires a lot of planning, but it's not a lot of planning. It's like everything. You have an amount, and you have to sort of plan how much the amount is going to last you for a month if you're on a salary. Therefore, you must have fixed costs, and then you call it variable costs. And the fixed costs are the things that you just have to, doesn't matter what, you have to have enough money to cover them. I would say like the mortgage or rent or insurance, school fees, whatever it is that you commit to yourself, they are fixed costs. So those are the things that you really need to make sure to start to measure. So the fixed cost should be more around 50 to 70% ideally of your income, if you have just one income or two. And then the rest of it should be variable expenses. So the variable expenses are things like you go holidays, you go that extra sort of meal that you have, the handbag that you don't need that you buy, all those sort of things that we call it variable. You should be able to sort of budget on those. So you should be able to just put a budget for those variable costs, which is emergency funds, and then you go obviously the budgets that if you got spare cash, you should sort of like indulge a little bit. However, all this budgeting, people forget about that, they need to pay themselves first. So you really need to, within your fixed cost, you should put a budget in there for saving, to put something on the side every month. So, but after that, can you imagine what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years if you do that continuously, how that accumulates, but also the compound interest. Then when you have an amount of money, which is, let's say, could be 5, 10, 15,000, then you got enough money to maybe to start and then buy an investment property, or started to put in a stock market, whatever you think is suitable for you. Of all these people who came across, they live in big cities like London, Madrid, Paris. And yes, I understand that the expenses on the main cities are huge, and people tend to want to buy a property, and the gap in the market is getting bigger and bigger. And there are obviously less chances for individuals, especially the young generation, to come in and buy a property. But I know for a fact, for instance, in the UK, you do have quite a lot of schemes where they are a share ownership. So that's a way to start to get into the ladder, into market ladder. Of course, the share ownership, there are no apartments in the best places in London, but there are new upcome areas like Elephant Castle, like Canada Water and all that, where they have, the government has schemes where you buy per of the property for X amount of years, and then after that you can maybe sell it or then ask the government to buy it back. So it sort of is a way to start to get into the property ladder. But if you want more information on that, I'm happy to book a session with us, and then I will take you through that journey as well. But there are options out there. They're obviously not well known, but I know in Spain as well there is a lot of other options that the government gives, some grants and some help for the first-time buyers. So yeah, there is a lot of information in there. So I hope that it was useful. If you need more information, remember we're going to have a webpage. We're going to give you quite a lot of links and information where that you can get your financial education, and in my opinion, you know, the viewers in here who are feeling the pinch and the pain of all these problems about money and about lack of money, you need to change the way you see things. You need to be able to start now. If it's financial education that you need, then go for financial education. You need to make a priority. This you know, the quick scheme, getting rich very quick, it's just not going to happen. This is like going to the syndrome of you buying a membership on a gym on January because you're really excited, and then you want to lose weight and get fitter, and then you feel that, you know, that buying the membership is like part of a commitment. But that's not the commitment, that's the beginning. The commitment is when you actually go to the gym every day, and then you train, and then you have a strict diet, and then you have a discipline. It's exactly the same with finance. You really need to have a discipline. You really need to understand that you need to put the effort. You need to put the time, because if you don't, it's just not going to happen. So anyway, hope you have a really good weekend. I know this was a bit of a ranting and telling you off, but all I want is to give you a bit of a shake, a wake-up call, to ensure that you understand that this is in your power to start the journey now. Have a lovely weekend. I hope you enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you next Friday. Take care. Bye.